Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Adiba binti Azmi. Today we are going to present the topic about the impacts of product design and brand image on consumer behavior. Firstly, the introduction. Based on Quran, Allah said in Surah Al-Furqan ayat 67, and they are those who when they spend do not excessively or sparingly but are ever between that justly moderate. Meaning that Islam never avoid consumer to buy something, but they teach people how to consume the good and being a consumer wisely. It is because wasting is prohibited in Islam. So as a people who are learning about Islam must be a consumer that have a good behavior. Next, consumers tend to consume the items that have a good quality. For example, they tend to use Adidas brand, Polo, Nilofa hijab, and so on. It is because when they are consuming it, they feel comfortable and confident to do their daily routine. After that, every product design and brand image will give impact to the consumer. It is because every consumer has their own behavior or action. For example, certain consumer tends to use the good that have brand, but other people tend to consume items that have both, which is brand and design. We can conclude that everyone has different behavior and opinion. Next, the concept. For the product design, Srikam Venkatramana said that design will be produced by the designer's idea and based on their creativity. For the brand image, Kailash said that the brand image that produced by the brand associations has been known by the consumer, and whatever product they produce, consumer will buy it even it is expensive. Next, consumer behavior. Consumer can define as a person who have desire to fulfill their need. They're also a buyer and consume the product in order to satisfy their desire. For the consumer behavior, Hayden Novel defined it as a process involved by the consumer, how they purchase, consume and dispose of items, services, activities and opinion in order to fulfill their desire.
Hi, I'm Dalila. I'm going to continue by the factors that affecting on the consumer behavior. The first factor is psychological or internal factors. Motivation and perception are the most important factors when it comes to psychological. Motivation is an inner driving force or need that encouraging a person to take an action in purchasing to satisfy one's desire. In Islamic perspective, the motivation is to seek happiness from Allah by spending their money according to Sharia, as what has been stated in Surah Al-An'am, verse 113. Next is perception, which is the process of selecting, organizing, and interpreting information inputs to produce meaning of the environment using all of our senses. Islam teaches to evaluate the goods, either haram or halal, that focus more on community and social, as what has been stated in the hadith, saying that for his brother, whatever he likes for himself. Personal factors also affect on the consumer behavior. Every person has their own uniqueness and characteristic. The first point is age and life cycle stage. People won't buy and use the same item for the rest of their life. Needs and requirement will change for every stages. The hadith below say that we as a Muslim should fully use our time given by Allah to become a better person in the future. Other than that, occupation. People with similar occupation tend to have similar personality because they share the similar environment. The amount of income will also affect on the way of investing their money, while Islam required every Muslim to moderate in purchase and usage resources to avoid wastage. Islam also prohibits Muslims from bakhil, niggardliness, and israt, extravagance, as what has been stated in Surah Al-Furqan, verse 67.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Hazika. I will continue to explain about social factors, which means things that affect someone's lifestyle. The effect might include wealth, religion, buying habits, education level, family size, and also structure. Two components of social factors that I will explain today are family and role and status. Different family will come out with different behavior and preferences. For example, children develop this behavior from their parents because they probably knowing nothing about name of brands and the quality of products at their age. Parents also should be role model for their children as they are the closest person in their life. Role and status can be seen through individuals' position in their organization. Someone with high position or upper class mostly like to purchase products with the best quality and branded items. They also have a tendency to spend on luxurious items such as expensive gadgets, cars, and also dresses. The last factor is cultural factors, which means something that a person learns at a very early stage of life due to socialization within family and institution. Culture is referring to ritual and practice that applied by a particular group of people follows. This is because everything that they see and learn from their childhood become their cultures. A culture also comes from region to region and even from country to country. For example, baju kurung is a traditional attire from Malaysia. It is also sold with lower price in Malaysia compared in other country. Social class defined as an individual belongs influences the buying decisions. Our society is classified into three levels of social classes, which are upper, middle, and lower. The class rankings are determined by income, education, family background, occupation, and also residence location.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Noreen. So today I am going to present under the topic of impacts of brand image and product design towards the consumer behavior. Culture can be seen in every country and any places that we go. For example, saris are worn by people in South and North India. They buy and wear the saris by looking at the quality. Subculture refers to nationalities, religions, and ethnic. For example, the Cantonese people loves to eat sweet delicious, and it's their preferences to buy sweets as consumer. Social class. For example, an individual buys a product according to its career. A lawyer tends to buy an attire that suits with his job, but it will not be the same to teachers who just buy ordinary attire to wear for daily teachings. 5.2 Social classes. There are upper, middle, and lower class. Upper class will buy the product advocate his status. For example, A comes from a wealthy family, so he tends to buy a product based on his salary. Next, middle class. There are two classes, lower and upper middle class. Lower middle class is educated people with lower incomes, such as managers and teachers. Upper middle class is educated business and professional people, such as doctors and CEOs, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. Lower class is typified by poverty, homelessness, and unemployment. They usually will buy the products they think they will use, but without them, the industries will not expand like how it is today.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Aisha Naila. So next we move on to impact of product design and brand image on consumer behavior from personal perspective. As for the age and life cycles, teenagers rarely buy branded things because they didn't afford to. Family life cycle also plays a big role on this matter when a single person does not have much to lose or any responsibility towards others. Meanwhile, a married couple have so much things to buy for their daily life needs for two or even more when they have addition in the family. As for the lifestyle, being a rich such as the elite makes them consume something branded, exclusive or even limited thing only. A well-known brand does not need to promote or do any other marketing strategies as they already got their exclusive name and regular customer because they already popular among the rich. Next, the personality. Every person has different kind of personality and it also changes from many reasons. There are some people who gains or feels more confident and professional when wearing something bold and luxury like branded stuffs. A branded things usually come with high quality. So, a brand with high quality product will make customer consume it and even recommend it to other people. Moving on to the psychological perspective. Motivation is something that leads a consumer to purchase a product. It usually starts with the need, but it will be encouraged by want and desire. That is why a product design and brand image are important tools on giving impact to consumer behavior. It is important to attract customers as well as increasing the sale of the product. From the example given, it is clear that product design and brand image are very important in attracting customers' attention and loyalty. Consumers' perception also important in making decision for them to purchase something. This refers to the fact that some prefer to use branded products and some not. when both have the same needs. As stated here, a product must be manufactured with the highest quality for customer satisfaction. From an example given, one will no longer use or buy a product with low quality brand. Learning is part of psychological behavior which customer learn from what they purchased before. Therefore, a brand should take a serious action regarding the quality of their product. It is important to prevent any negative impact on product itself. For example, if the customer got a damaged product, they whether continue using the product or change to another. It is because consumers' thoughts and preference are unpredictable.
The conclusion: first, product design and brand image will affect consumer for use it or not. Second, consumers are people who have right to choose which brand and design that they desire.